Am I selling the tiny cabin? Absolutely not. Nope. I am taking the tiny cabin with me and I'm going to turn it into a... Buckle up, get comfortable, grab a beverage. This is going to be a long one. Good afternoon from Bobblehead Homestead. I am Jeff. Today is Tuesday. We are finally back in real time. Oh, wow. What a whirlwind. Yeah, so many questions. Where do I start today? It's 63. When in doubt, go to the weather. 63, it's sunny today. A little bit of a breeze, short sleeve weather. I think it was 60 degrees right now. I had a little notification pop up this morning that 2 years ago on this date, we had about an inch of snow on the ground here in Arkansas. So 2 years ago, snow on the ground. This year, 63 and short sleeves. I will take it. I love Arkansas. Yeah, very busy last week. We're in real time now. Let's see. Last Monday, week and a day ago, I went to Russellville, had to do some banking. And then Tuesday, I went to Waldron and had to do some banking and insurance and fire department and stuff like that. So, yeah. And then Wednesday, I went back to Waldron, and that was the closing date for the house. And so that was another big day. Thursday, I had to play catch up around here. Friday, I went back to Waldron, and that's when I filmed the property tour and the house tour. Those videos that you saw, along with the prank. I apologize once again for lying, blatantly lying, causing unnecessary drama. Yeah, drama, we don't need drama. Drama is big business on YouTube. A lot of bigger channels would have played that up a ton more. You know, instead of calling him a nosy neighbor, if I called him a trespasser, I might have gotten 50,000 views, you know. I won't go there. So Friday, yeah, back down to my new place for the first day that that I owned it. And then I don't even remember. Saturday, Sunday, started putting out the videos. You guys freaked out at my noisy neighbor. I apologize. So I went down and made a special trip yesterday morning, Monday morning, to film that with Drew, because we weren't planning on telling you until later in the week. And once I saw the reaction, I'm like, no, man, we got to tell them as soon as we can. So I went down and filmed that yesterday and got it up last night, and now you're caught up. Today is Tuesday, and I've still got a lot of questions to answer, including noise. But the bigger one is, am I selling the tiny cabin? Absolutely not. Nope. I am taking the tiny cabin with me, and I'm going to turn it into a guest house and vacation rental. Yes, so the tiny house that YouTube Love built is coming with me, and that is part of my grand plan. Of course, I'm not going to leave it behind. You know, if somebody offered me, what would I take to sell it? I don't know, 35 grand. If somebody wanted to give me 35 grand, I'd sell it. But other than that, I am taking it with me, turning it into a guest house and vacation rental. It's going to be a good vacation rental. I'll get to that later. It dropped to 55 degrees pretty fast. Where was I at? Yes, the tiny cabin is coming with me. Not exactly sure the location yet. We'll see how it looks after I've got 10 chicken flocks on the property, which area is left, or all that can be a surprise for another day. Guest house and vacation rental. First, the guest house. I've got a ton of people to invite to come stay. Starting with Prepstead or Bob, Mrs. B, the Self-Reliant Road Show, everybody who helped. Come on down to Arkansas. Come on down. I won't put you to much work this time, and I might send you home with some chickens. So yeah, guest house will be great. You know, my old friends. Who knows? So much. I can start using to pay back the people that have helped me out, if I can, you know, if they need an escape for a weekend or, you know, whatever. So hit me up for a free night at the Bobblehead B&B. Vacation rental. There is a festival down the street twice a year, and it's huge. They have camping available. Hundreds of campers come in. Thousands of people go to this festival twice a year. It's been going on for 40 years, and are you guys, what are you doing back there, huh? They're just making noise. Festival. So it's 4 days twice a year. The campers start filling it up a week ahead of time. I am positive that I will be able to rent that for a week to 10 days twice a year like clockwork, and get a good deal for that. So you're all invited except during the festival. I'll give you a discount if you want it during the festival, but I gotta pay my mortgage. You know what? I really look forward to being able to host some guests, and yes, so thank you. You know, the tiny cabin was given to me, and I can use it now to hopefully give back. And okay, next question. What about the land? I'm taking the tiny cabin with me, but what is happening to the land here at Bobblehead Homestead? And the answer to that is my neighbor, Bulldozer Man, wants the land. He owns everything around this property, including the road. He literally owns the road, and he does want this land, and I want him to have this land. So that it's not a done deal yet. It's pretty much decided that, yeah, that's going to happen. And it just makes so much sense. I outbid him when I got the place. He wanted to buy the land when I ended up getting it. He knew it better than I did. That's probably why I was willing to pay a little bit more. I was more desperate at the time. But yeah, he's got the bulldozers and the tractors, and it will help him. He's had a lot of family move into the immediate area here recently, and so this is going to help him, and hopefully, you know, I'm not giving it away for free. That's for darn sure. I'm not giving it away for free, but he's been helpful. Most of the improvements that have been made were, you know, using his bulldozers and tractor, and so I think it's the right thing to do, and so that's probably what's going to happen. I'll get what I put into this land. I have no doubt about that, and I can use the cash portion of it to hopefully be able to pay to have the tiny cabin moved to my new property. And then there's also, Drew, Bulldozer Man has some older vehicles over there that Drew has his eye on. So there might be a little three-way trading going on Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We're leaving that up in the air. No final deals have been done. We've already talked about that. In fact, he's got a big flatbed truck and a trailer, and has offered to help me get moved over there. And so, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But the land is not for sale, and the cabin is not for sale. That's pretty much all been taken care of. If my neighbor didn't want the land, I probably would have held on to it. I had some suggestions to keep the land, and that's not a bad idea. Money in the bank, so to speak. So that was definitely in my thinking, was just holding on to the land, and who knows what can happen in the future. And you know, this is bought and paid for. Just have to pay the property taxes, and so that was something that I strongly considered. Oh, that's another good thing. My new place, different county, and homestead exemption, so my property taxes. Oh, I love Arkansas. There are some things that I want to do before I move, and one of those is I need to get a HVAC, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, just give a tune-up, check out, teach me. The thermostat needs to be replaced probably for the furnace, and yeah, I want to get somebody out there to take care of that. Somebody else looking at the propane, and somebody else looking at the wood stove if one person can't do all that stuff. So I've got, and yeah, so that I want to get taken care of. What else before I move is I want to take care of that kitchen. And here's the deal. I have a very, very nice kitchen in the tiny cabin. Thank you. I have a very nice kitchen, nice new refrigerator, and flat top stove, and a dishwasher, and nice cabinets and counters. And the new house has some cool cabinets, but it lacks the amenities. So, you know, I'm just thinking, take the kitchen out of the tiny cabin and put it into the house. There's one big window. There are two big windows in the kitchen, and I think I can take out one window on the one wall and then just turn that whole wall into counter. You know, move the sink there, have the dishwasher, the stove. Then I can vent the stove out the side like I'm doing here in the tiny cabin. And yeah, so hopefully that won't cost a ton of money, because I've got everything basically I need. And the thing with the tiny cabin is I'm using it as a guest house and vacation rental. They don't need a dishwasher, they don't need new appliances, they don't need a ton of cabinets and counter space, and so that just makes sense. So those are some big projects coming up, and I haven't made any. I'm going to do it this way or that way or the other way, but that's pointing me in the right direction. And so I do want to get that kitchen taken care of before I move, and I don't think it'll be a huge job. Drew wants the windows, and because he's only got one small window in his place, I think, so he wants the window, and I think that'll work. And while we're redoing that wall, taking the window out, run plumbing, electrical, and yeah, so that is the grand plan there. So I don't know when I'm gonna be moving. I'm not in a huge rush. Sure, I'd like to snap my fingers and get there tomorrow and have it all done, but I do not mind taking my time and getting organized, more organized from the get-go. You know, coming here, it was, oh man, I was kind of going with the flow. I never really got organized to any good degree at this place. So that will be good, getting there and getting organized from the start, taking my time. I talked about this with my sister Priscilla. Yeah, come on down, Priscilla. Over, up. Yeah, she's down. I'm up and over. That's yeah, guest cabin. So yeah, more visits for my sister and all of her family. You're all invited. Please come up. I'll cook breakfast, and Where was I going? Instead of swapping the kitchen from the tiny cabin to the house, why don't I just continue living in the tiny cabin and use the house for guests and vacation rental? Well, the house is quite a bit bigger than the tiny cabin, and the space is definitely useful for me. The washer and dryer would be in there. I wouldn't, you know, when you've got guests staying in there, you don't want to be, you know, invading their space to go do laundry, and it just makes more sense for me to live in the house and move the kitchen over there. Another thing is I can use the space is my incubators. For hatching chicks, they need a temperature controlled area. I need, you know, insulation, heat for the winter, and air conditioning for the summer. So they need a temperature controlled area, and they would take up a lot of space in the tiny cabin if I were to live in there and incubate them in there. You can't do it. I've got a shed there with electricity to it, but it's not insulated and temperature controlled, so I could not put the incubators in the shed. What I can do in the shed is put the brooders in there to raise the chicks, because I can run the heat lamps and stuff. I'll probably build something else for a brooder, but I'll get to that point when I get to that point. But the incubators have to be in a temperature controlled area, so it makes sense for me to live in the house with all the room, and so that is the plan there. Is it going to be too noisy? And no, it's not going to be any more noisy than where I am right now. There is that road out front, and yeah, they call it a highway. It's more of a road. Back where I'm from in Illinois, you know, that'd be considered a county road. It's not. It doesn't go in between two cities. It's like a bypass around. So I probably get just as much traffic on that dirt road back there as I will get at the new place. So I've lived on an interstate. I lived on an interstate just south of Bloomington, Illinois. Like, yeah, from, I don't know, from here to that tree was the interstate. So you know, there are ways to deal with that. Music, I like playing music at night as I'm sleeping. So, yeah. Yeah, the road won't be a big noise factor. As far as, yeah, we kind of blew it with the noisy neighbor bit. See, I got roosters. You know, 2 out of my 3 neighbors here have changed in the past 6 months. And so I've got one with a couple of loud vehicles and teenagers. Another one raises hunting dogs, and you know, things have changed around here also. You know, that place, to be honest, if that was somewhere else besides right next door to Drew, I would not have been interested. But going there, he knows the neighborhood. I've already met the neighbor across the street, and yeah, you know, sometimes you can pick your neighbors, and it's not often you get to do that, a place goes for sale, you know, right next door. That's just, yeah, you can't plan for that stuff. So I'm thankful to you that when that door opened, that opportunity came, I was able to take advantage of that. There are some barking dogs across the road, and I've met him. Seems like a cool guy. They do have 3 barking dogs along that road, and barking at me when I come in. But you know, they haven't. There hasn't been anybody there, so hopefully they'll get used to me after a while. That's the plan on that. Another thing about those dogs is they patrol right up to the road, and that is going to discourage the cats from going in that direction. The plan for the cats. Yes, see, this is going to be a long one. They're going to stay in the house for probably a month at least. And I hate to do that. I hate doing that. But I don't want them getting any ideas of trying to find home again. But if they ever, yeah, I'll know where to look. But yeah, I'm going to keep them in the house for a good month. I have electric fencing, and that's going to help. I will, we'll see when I end up moving, but I'm going to put a flock in the front yard just to start off with the electric fencing. So that will discourage them from going in that direction. And when I do let them out, I'll be letting them out one at a time so that they can get comfortable with the surroundings, and then you know, each have their own turn, getting used to the surroundings, going out one at a time. So it'll be an acclimation process, and I will take my time with it. I think the electric fencing will help discourage them going in that direction. In fact, I could put one around like the back door, and that'd be interesting. They don't get in the electric fencing. I don't know if the electric fencing would keep them in, though. It's one tool in my arsenal to help with that. Ultimately, you know, it only takes one vehicle one time, and that's always a danger with outdoor cats. Is there are always dangers, not just roads, but you know, dogs, wildlife. Yeah, so that's always, there's no 100% safe way to have outdoor cats, but I will do my best on that front. Thinking out loud about a move date, March, April. I put everything I had into the down payment and the closing costs and the title and the insurance and getting the electric bill, and yeah, so but big views on my past few videos. That won't come in until the end of February, but yeah, I don't know, probably March or April I can think about getting moved. I don't think the kitchen project will take very long, and I hope it's not all that expensive. Move some plumbing and some electrical. I've got the appliances, and we can use those cabinets. I know they won't match. That could be, I don't know. I can work around that somehow. I don't care. I just want a kitchen. I don't care if it matches. That will affect the future value. I do realize that. But yeah, March, April sometime. There are also going to be plants that I want to take with me. Bulldozer Man doesn't care about daffodils and irises and daylilies and gladiolas and the rose bushes, and so I want to take as much of that stuff as I can with me. There's a high schooler that he's helped me before, and so I can get him to dig me up some of my I've got tons of daylilies and tons of daffodils, tons of irises. I'll try to get as much as I can. That rose bush, yes, it'd be lovely to take the whole thing, but at least try to clone it. 2 rose bushes. Yeah, there are 2 rose bushes I would not mind taking with me. Papa Pepper, all of the food forest stuff that he got me. We'll see. I will consult here in the near future with Papa Pepper on how I might be able to take some of that stuff with me also. And yeah, so I'm not in a big hurry. I'd love to be able to, you know, those are good resources for me. I love flowers. I would like to take as much of those with me as I can. I wish I could take that view of Mount Magazine with me. I'll live. I'll come back and visit. I will come back and visit. Okay, have I talked your ears off enough yet? Have I answered all your questions? Probably not, but that's all for this video. Man, I was losing my excitement over getting this new place, and because it was 3 months ago that I started this process, so the excitement had really worn off, but you guys have shifted me back into the excitement gear, and I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I think this is a great move for my life. More opportunities for income with the chickens, being able to get NPIP certification, more opportunities on income with the vacation rental, being next door to Drew. Who knows what kind of income opportunities I could help him out with his YouTube channels and our collaboration channel. That might be fun, doing a few videos a week of us just, I don't know, sitting down, eating a meal together and yapping, or who knows what. We'll come up with ideas for that channel. So yeah, I think this is just a great move for me. Once I get settled in there, you know, I can't even keep up with this place. So, you know, downsizing a little bit is not something I am worried about. That place will be much easier to keep up. it's already at a level so much higher than where I am here. And dude! Yeah! He's telling me to shut up and quit yapping. So I will. I really look forward to this. It's going to be a great thing. Thank you for giving me the opportunity for a great thing. He's an olive egger. I have to test him. I'm not giving him a name yet. Thanks for watching. Take her easy, everybody.